Warning, this play is not for the faint of heart. It is an honest retelling of stories about rape and molestation and the creep who hits on you at the gas station. Unfortunately, all reenactments are authentic, with the blessing of the victims who live to tell the tales. It's going to be painful to watch, so those with easily triggered emotions, be aware. It may also be cleansing. So come with us on a journey to face some demons, if you dare.
The first time I was sexually
First time
assaulted,
I was sexually
I
assaulted.
was sexually assaulted, but the first time I was
Sexually
sexually
assaulted.
I'm on third or fourth grade. I got a pass.
Are we talking about this again? Haven't we established that this is a myth? Nobody can actually be sexually assaulted. When two people engage in sexual contact, they both wanted it. When I saw him coming at me, I just fucking said no!
Wait. You too?
Who cares? This is just a couple of random, unfortunate events. It's not like it happens to everybody. Why are we still making a big deal about this?
The first time I was sexually assaulted, I was 7 or 8. My mom had a couple of kids down the road watching me. She figured we would all be safe together because they were only a few years older than me. Don't look appalled. That was a very normal thing at the time, especially for a mom working 2 jobs. And whatever, for me and all my friends, this shit was normal. Maybe that's why everyone says my generation is so fucked up. It was just like any other day. I colored, read my books, and watched cartoons on the TV. Then when it was time to go to bed, the brother came into the living room to clean up, while the sister took me to my room to read me a bedtime story.
All right, sweetheart. Time to get into them jammies. Time's up. Let's skin that pig.
Oh, Mommy says I have to change my panties. So in case I die in the night, I'll be wearing clean underwear.
That's morbid. But anyways, how about tonight we go without any panties? Sometimes you have to let that vagina air out.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna kiss you goodnight.
Why are you doing that? Why are you sticking your tongue in my mouth?
That's how people show they love each other. You love me, right? I love you. This is how we prove it.
Hey, what's going on in here? You got started the fun without me.
Stop! I don't want to do that anymore! I just want to go
mommy is going to be super mad at you for not listening to your babysitters.
Yeah, besides, I've got a few more things to show you.
Isn't it great when kids learn how to play doctor? It's just innocent fun.
I honestly can't remember the first time that I was sexually assaulted. My mom had an array of men coming and going through the house. I mean, I guess trying to find my new daddy or hers. It's kind of ridiculous. She would make me call them Mr. This or Daddy That. I was forced to obey them at all costs. Or I was told not to speak unless spoken to. Told to make dinner, do the dishes, because that's where a female belongs. She would laugh at their jokes that were directed at me. Inside, though, I'm screaming, "Mommy, why won't you help me?" I do vividly remember this one stellar gentleman coming into my room in the middle of the night. He shook me awake. I remember being so scared that something had happened to my mom. I immediately started crying. And then I realized there's something weird and pinkish hanging out of his pants.
Are you crying? You want to give you something to cry about?
Is my mommy okay?
She's fine. She's just sleeping it off. I thought I'd come check on you. Thought you might be having a nightmare.
Little did I know that this is where my nightmare began.
Your skin is so soft. It's like a pet's fur. I could just pet you like a little pussy all night long.
I gotta go to school in the morning. Stop!
Shut up! Didn't I teach you the children are to be seen and not heard? That's what you've been asking for. That's right. Yeah.
I'm telling my mommy.
Go ahead then. I'll just tell her how you've been taunting me, running around like a princess in those little sundresses. You know, when the wind hits just right, you can see straight up to your panties. That's how I knew today was Sunday. You knew what you were doing, teasing me with that tight little body of yours. I was just giving you what you asked for. Now, let's go see what your mom's up to. It's ready for some fun. At least she knows what she's doing. You just laid there. Barely even worth my time.
See, these are two people that knew they did wrong, so they didn't tell anybody. I can't tell you how many times I've had a friend bring over a teenage girl to a party. They're always flirting with me and taunting me like a little tart. If I wasn't a man with such strong convictions, I could have taken advantage of that situation. But I didn't because I have personal willpower.
I actually did tell my mom. She yelled at me. She called me a whore. She even started to pack my bags. How could she trust somebody that's a liar anymore? How could she not believe me, but yet she still blames me? That night, I was kicked out of my house. The word whore still haunts me to this day. But I also found out that at 15 years old, a mother can only love her child as much as she can until they find something better.
Obviously, it was the child that was the problem. What is a parent to do? Sometimes tough love is the only solution.
Well, my first time being sexually assaulted was by my priest. Shocking, right?
No, it wasn't. Obviously, he's trying to get money from the church. It is amazing to me what poor people will do for attention.
I'm just kidding, I guess. I'm trying to lighten the mood, I guess. I know you guys are shocked when a band showed up today, but it does happen to us too, you know. My first time was actually by my older brother. And I was much younger than him, and we shared a room. He'd play these pranks on me under the guise of like teaching me things. He'd flip the lights on and off, tell me, there's a ghost. He'd grab my hand and start forcing me to hit myself. Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Why are you hitting yourself? Until my nose got bloody. Until that one night.
Hey, little bro. Well, Mom and Dad are at work. I got a new game for us to play. Pause that and I'll teach you something new.
You're not going to hit me to teach me new things, are you?
No, it's easy. I say a word and you repeat it. But remember, these are special words, okay? Not words for you to use at school in front of anyone but me.
Okay, that sounds like fun. Do I get to learn what the words mean?
Only if you're a good boy. And if you're a good boy, you get a big boy prize. All right, your first word is sex. Do you know what that word means?
Yeah, of course. Mommy gave me a book about it. When two people love each other very much, they share a special cuddle. And if they're very lucky, they can make a baby.
That's great. Now, repeat what you know into this recorder, and I'll play it for Mom so she can be so proud of you.
Okay. Sex is good. It makes babies. That's how I was made.
Good boy. All right. Your next word is dick. Do you know what that word means?
Do you mean like Daddy's boss? He always comes home grumpy at night and yells something that always ends with, I hate that dick.
Well, yes, that too. But a dick is actually that thing between your legs. All men have them, and they're there to please you, as well as other people. Sometimes, at least. Who really cares as long as you get the pleasure, right?
So it's not just for going number one?
No, bro. When you explore it, you'll experience something you've never felt before. Go ahead, touch it, and see what you learn.
My dick is there to please me. It's not just for going pee-pee.
Great job, buddy. All right, your final word is fuck.
That sounds angry. I've never heard that one before.
Well, it's the same as sex, but more passionate. Do you know what passion feels like? Well, it's like your video games. You know, everything's bright and fiery? That's what passion fucking feels like.
That sounds like fun. I can't wait to try that.
Soon, little man.
I like to fuck, or at least I hope to someday.
All right. Since you were such a good boy, you get your big boy prize. Take down your pants and I'll show you what those words really mean. But remember, I have you recorded saying naughty things. So if you ever tell anyone about what we do together, I will play it for everyone to listen to, and nobody will love you anymore.
Don't you just love it when an older brother takes their sibling under their wing? That is what this country was built on.
It's kind of a blur after that. I mean, for the next few years, about once a week, while our parents were out of town, we played the passion game. He'd insert things inside of me. It started with little stuff, like a pen, toothbrush, his pinky finger. I'd cry out, but nobody was around to hear me. Eventually, it moved on to bigger stuff, like a marker or a broom handle, or that fucking butter knife. Eventually, his penis. No, his fucking dick. He stuck his fucking dick in me.
Now, I have two boys, and they were always getting into shenanigans, hijinks like this. What can you do, the little knuckleheads?
Eventually, I just stopped crying out. There was no one around. I just kept quiet. I don't know. Eventually, after a while, after a couple of years, he moved out of the house. And I found out that he was just teaching me things our father had taught him the entire time.
All right, boy. Tonight we're gonna learn something new. It's called 69.
I never thought that I was sexually assaulted. There was that one time, but it was a lifetime ago. In my day, we were taught to live at the pleasure of men. A smack on the ass, a grope of the breast. It's just what we were all used to. I mean, I worked in the service industry. Weren't we there to serve the customer's needs? It wasn't until a few years ago, when people actually started talking about these things, that my eyes and my mind were open to the things I should have been upset about all along. Like that time that man stuck his hands down my pants to give me a tip. That's normal, right? One evening, I was on the phone with my daughter.
Mom, you seem off.
I'm just tired. I tried to dismiss her because I knew deep down she would not approve of the reasons.
Mom, what the fuck? You don't seem like yourself.
Oh, it's nothing, love. Your dad came home late from work and I was already fast asleep. I just remember waking up with him deep inside me grunting in my ear. This kind of thing happens all the time. It's no big deal. Oh, I shouldn't be talking about this with you. I'm sorry. It's really gross to think of your parents doing it.
Mom, you know that's rape, right?
I just shook my head. She was being too dramatic. Of course it's not rape. It's my husband. It's not some kind of stranger or evil being. It's not like what you see on TV. When you're a homemaker, it's like one of your chores. You do the dishes, you fold the laundry, you make dinner, and you let your husband stick it into you whenever he feels like it.
For fuck's sake, Mom! You weren't awake enough to consent to sex. That makes it sexual assault.
Never really thought of it that way before. I mean, this kind of thing had been happening throughout our entire marriage. I never knew it was wrong. It just seemed like the normal thing to do. But then I started thinking about any and all of the sex I'd ever had. Was it all some form of sexual assault? I mean, I can't remember ever actually wanting to have sex. Hell, I lost my virginity to some guy just to get him to shut the fuck up and leave me alone.
When it works.
Doesn't work. After that night, my daughter never spoke to her father again. I never looked at him the same way either. I was there when he died, holding his hands and telling him I forgave him. It was probably the only time in our 20 years of marriage that I ever saw him cry.
Now you can't begrudge a man his urges. When we feel them, we just gotta get them out. Now I'm not gonna get into the crass language that is usually used to describe the situation, but I will tell you that it is a serious affliction. And if you're a wife, it's your job. And if you're not married, well then you gotta find other options. And sometimes if you're lucky, both.
That's why I started this group. I thought that if I didn't understand how many times I had been disrespected in my lifetime, that there would be other people that were just as confused as I was who needed to talk. The horrible situations that the universe brought us all together, I couldn't be happier than to call each and every one of you my friends.
It's okay. We're asking.
The first time I was sexually assaulted was, well,
last week. Hearing all of your stories, I realize I may have been raised a bit sheltered. I mean, I came from a normal family. No one tried to diddle me or touch me in my no-no spots. Sometimes growing up, I even wished my life were more interesting. But that sounds silly after hearing you. It's even hard to talk about with you guys because I just feel so blessed. Well, I did until last Friday night. Some friends and I were out dancing at a club and having a great time with drinking, laughing, girls' night out on the town. And then some 70s throwback porn guy came up to our table. You know the type. Like, ponytail, but balding, still trying to rock that back ponytail in some vain effort to recapture his youth. Gold chains, buttons down to his navel, open to reveal his hairy chest. I mean, God, just add a mustache and the porn star picture would be complete. Hell, even without it, it was pretty damn bad. Well, I immediately told him that I was not interested, which of course then came with a lot of comments like,
What, some kind of lesbo?
I don't know. It was loud in the club, but you get the idea. So I went back to dancing with my friends to get away from that overpowering cologne. I can still taste it in my mouth. Blech. So after a few dances, I went back to my table, wiped the sweat from my face, and drank the rest of my drink in one gulp. I had to get that stench out of my nostrils. It was burning the back of my nostrils and my throat. Ugh. But the creepy guy was gone. We were safe. So I sat down. And as usually happens, a song came on that we all wanted to dance to. So my friends went off in a frenzy to enjoy our jam. And I stayed back to rest and watch our stuff. You know, it's a girl's rule, you know. Someone has to stay with the drinks and the purses. You can't be too careful, right? So as I sat there, someone handed me another drink. Said it was from a secret admirer. Who doesn't love a free drink, right?
Sweetheart.
So I sat there patiently sipping my drink, playing on my phone, and waiting for my friends to return. Then everything started to spin. I tried to stand up to go outside to get some fresh air, but my knees buckled and I started to fall. I remember vomiting and pretty colors and not knowing where I was. Nothing seemed real to me anymore.
Something like that happened to me the other night. I was at a party and I woke up in a bathroom without a kidney.
I'm sorry, why are you always fucking joking?
I was just trying to kid around. I did actually wake up with some woman riding my dick, though. And she was on top of me, grinding on me. All I could think of was trying to resist her. And she just whispered in my ear.
Oh, come on, you wouldn't be hard if you didn't want me.
Finally, somebody speaking facts. A man can't get hard if he doesn't want to have sex with the woman. And the woman can't get vaginally lubricated, if that's a real thing. Like the female orgasm, right? If she didn't want to have sex with the man.
I didn't want to do anything with her, but all I could think of was those times with my brother. This just felt more dirty. It made my skin crawl.
Obviously, she never had a biology class. Doesn't understand how the human body works. You can be hard or wet, depending, and still not want to have sex. I mean, I tried to explain that to my dentist while he was fondling me and I was under the gas. I guess he couldn't really understand me and we're all shitting on our mouth.
Wait,
You too?
Oh. I'm sorry, we got off subject. You were telling your story and we interrupted.
Oh, honestly, it's okay. it makes me feel better to know I'm not the only one. Wait, where was I? Oh, right, yes. So I woke up in a hotel room that I didn't recognize. I was surrounded by stained sheets and a mildewy smell. On the table was $20 and a note that read,
Thanks for the good time, but don't call me.
my purse wasn't there, and neither was my phone. When I went to the bathroom to try to pee and collect myself, I noticed that I was bleeding from my vag and my anus. And what the hell happened? It all just seems like a really terrible dream. So, all I could do was put my clothes back on, including my 6-inch heels, and get the fuck out of there. It was about 10 blocks before I could hail a cab, and I was mortified by my appearance and the actions that I had taken. And this was the ultimate walk of shame. But the problem was, I didn't remember any of it.
She was asking for it. Who wears heels like that if they don't want to get grabbed by the hair?
I mean, one minute I was dancing with my friends, and the next minute I'm alone walking down the street petrified. As I rode in silence with the taxi driver, he said things to me like,
Looks like you had fun last night.
I want to know where you're partying next time.
and I threw up again. I managed to get it out of the window, but it went all over the side of the car. When we got to my home, the taxi driver gave me 3 options. I could pay a $100 fine, wash the car myself, or I could service him another way. So there I was at 8 a.m. in my best going out clothes, washing the side of a car because I had no idea where my purse was and no idea where my phone was, and I was not gonna do that third option. He was sitting there with a smirk on his face as my brain was reeling with thoughts of pregnancy and disease. How did I let this happen? Once I had done the job properly, he threw a card with his number at me that said,
Call me next time you want to party.
Again, asking for it. Dress like a slut, act like a tramp, and you reap what you owe.
I think it all started in the playground, at least for my generation. There was this boy, he was always making fun of me. He'd pull my pigtails to the point that it really hurt. And then I'd go home crying and tell my parents only to be told that he probably had a crush on me.
So I used to have this kid that used to kick me and then run away. And of course, my mom told me that I should take it as a compliment. That meant he liked me. Why is violence okay because some kid doesn't know how to handle his own emotions?
There was this girl that I thought I loved back in the 6th grade. Man, we'd be out on the playground. I'd run after her. Mine are bigger than yours are. Mine are bigger than yours are. I didn't have any idea what I was saying at the time. I just knew that I was only supposed to like girls with big boobs because that's what my dad always tried to teach me as he was trying to tell me how to be a real man.
You know what they say. Boys will be boys.
I reconnected with her later as an adult, and she actually did have her boobs done. They never grew big enough for her to feel comfortable with herself. I asked her if it was my fault, and she was nice. She said no, it was society's fault. But my wisecracks still went through her head daily. If only I had told her, if I told somebody about what was going on with me at home with my brother, maybe people wouldn't remember me always being such a fucking asshole.
I like big boobs and I cannot lie.
I had a guy like that growing up. He was a lot more obvious in his attempts though. I had to walk home from school. My mom worked 2 jobs. And on the way home from school, I would pass by this kid's house. He was in my class. And he would smile and wave, and so I waved and went back on my way. Then after a while, it started getting more aggressive. He would holler and yell, trying to get my attention, and it was kind of flattering, but and then it started to get weird. The way he said things just seemed wrong. And then one day, I walked by his house. He was hollering, yelling, and then he started chasing me with his thing out.
Hey, babe.
He wouldn't stop until he ran away as
I
fast as
want
I
it.
could. I guess I'm just like you, and I didn't realize that wasn't proper behavior. I mean, is that even sexual assault?
I mean, it's more like sexual harassment, but it's still not acceptable.
Really, semantics? How'd I know it'd be you to point out stupid little differences? Fucking men.
You know, I'm afraid to go out alone after dark. Even if just to get gas, because there's always some guy there, no matter what you're wearing, that's like, hey, girl, do you like to party?
Hell, even I'm scared to go to the gas station after dark.
I don't even like going during the day. The other morning I went up just to get milk for my coffee. No makeup, in my pajamas, barely awake. And the guy behind me in line grabs my ass and is like, oh girl, the things I would do to you. Who wants to get groped by a stranger at 7 a.m.? I left feeling like I had done something wrong.
Honey, who wants to get groped by anybody at any hour without permission?
You know, since my mom drilled into my head since I was a kid how to stay safe, I don't think I've ever gone out by myself. But even with a group of friends, you see how well that turns out.
When a pretty girl goes out alone, she wants to be flirted with. Plus, you can't blame a guy for trying.
There was this bar that I was at the other night, and a 90-year-old guy, must have been 90, sitting at the bar, and he just lunges over the bar to try to grope the bartender. She's 22, 25, I don't know. But she's just there making tips, trying to pay her fucking rent. Why is it all right for people to treat others like this?
Bartenders,
Deli workers.
Baristas.
it's all the same.
So, just the other night, I was driving home. I got lost. So I asked the toll guy for directions. Can you believe he wouldn't even give me directions without extra payment? You know, as women, we're taught to hold our keys between our fingers, or told to carry pepper spray, even a gun. Why are people just not taught how to not make somebody feel like they're being hunted? It's like we're constantly at war, and you don't know what to understand until you're fucking stranded in the trenches, and you don't know who the fuck to trust.
Fucking men. They should just drown them at birth.
Oh,
Hey, I'm sitting right here. I'm on your side. We're not all bad, remember?
Well, you definitely aren't all good. Didn't you just get done telling us a story about how you teased your girl so much that she had to get a boob job?
Anyway, so my problems really began when I was in high school. All that locker room talk, and like you said, boys will be boys. Well, all that talk and banter, it was horrible. Now that I think about it, me and my friends weren't actually much better.
Did you hear where the prom king and queen ended up?
No, I haven't heard from her. I hope she'll be here soon. I can't wait to hear all the details.
Yeah, like was it this big or this?
Oh, stop! Before they go, let's go sleep.
What are you doing? Get off me! What are you? Stop! Stop!
That's my girlfriend, remember?
Who's the man? I am the fucking man! You know?
I'm sorry I'm late.
So, tell me everything. Are you gonna get married and have children?
Yeah, tell us all the details.
I mean, he was charming until he wasn't.
So what happened? I mean, we got in a fight and I was a fucking
Me and my boyfriend got into a fight, so I went for a walk. Clear my head. Next thing I know, his friend's standing beside me.
I tell you what, she told me about
He
how
was
she would not
comforting,
stop. She
even
fucking my
making
brains
jokes.
out, yo.
Next thing I know, I'm in the bushes screaming for help, and nobody's around to help me.
I fucked your girlfriend, man. God, what a whore. I did you a solid.
I mean, was I asking for it?
I had to tell her what a dirty
Did I
whore she was.
want to have sex with him? I guess my prom dress was showing a lot of cleavage, and I was walking alone at night by myself. He seemed so sweet. I guess I put off the wrong signals.
No. Did you want him to punch you? Did you want him to shove you in the bushes and put his thing inside of you? Of course not. You know what? Where is he? I'm gonna go kick his fucking ass.
It won't do any good. No one will believe you. It's always his story versus her story, or whatever gender you prefer. No one ever believes the victim. Let's get you cleaned up. That kind of thing was so common when I was in high school. I thought that by the time I had my child, it would be different. Society had changed so much by then. But then that internet thing happened. I had no idea I was supposed to be protecting her.
I'm sorry, the internet? What does the internet have to do with this? Why is that even a context in this conversation?
Well, you see, before you were born, the internet was invented to show free porn and get people to hook up mostly.
It's not like it's much different. I mean, my last John, that's how I met him. He wanted me to fuck his dog while he watched. Gross. Sorry.
Well, years ago, my best friend called me. She was on one of those social media sites, Space, Instagram, or let'shookup.com. Nothing I knew anything about. But she had seen a guy that she went to school with talking to my daughter. That meant that the man talking to my daughter was my age. She was 13 or 14 at the time. My world was shattered. How had I gone wrong? Why was my daughter talking to a grown man? Why was a grown man talking to my daughter? Well, some friends and I did we found this man. And I called him up and I told him that we needed to discuss his relationship with my kid. So I got some of my friends together, and I met with this man. Who do you think you are? Why are you talking to a 13-year-old girl every day? No, she does not need a friend, and if she does, it's not going to be you. If I hear of you talking to her one more time, I am going to scream to the world what a pervert you are. The authorities will be called. I live across the street from the swamp. I know where to hide a body.
I always wondered what happened to that guy.
Wait, she's your daughter?
Oh, adopted.
What happened to the whole anonymous situation of these meetings?
Dude, shut the fuck up. I wish that was my mother.
Yeah, me too.
I thought he didn't want to hang out with me anymore. Just that I wasn't cool enough to be his friend or something. I did not know you threatened him, Mom. Jeez! Overboard!
About a year later, I heard from that same friend that my daughter's good friend had gone to prison for raping a teenage girl he met online. I was just glad to know that that meant he would now know what it felt like to be the prey and not the predator.
I had someone like that when I was young. One of my many uncles was not always around, but we kept in touch. He'd get me little girl makeup and little princess dresses when I was young. And then as I got older, the gifts got a little more interesting. A vibrator for my 15th birthday. Some diet pills if I looked like I was putting on a little bit of weight. And then for my 18th birthday, a trap. All expenses paid to an island he owned. God, I was so excited.
I want an uncle like that. The best I've ever gotten is $5 in a Christmas card.
That has sex trafficking written all over it.
I got to hang with celebrities, eat all the food I wanted, drink as much as I want, and dance in the moonlight with the ocean waves in the background. I was living the dream. And then I came home to his hotel that night, and there was a package waiting for me. Oh, it was a gorgeous dress. Like the kind of thing a girl puts on and suddenly feels like royalty. When I put it on, oh, I felt like a princess. I just needed my prince. That night, my uncle came into the room, telling me how much he missed me and how much he'd been preparing for this. And then he started feeding me strawberries and champagne. And then he started to kiss me.
I've been waiting for this moment since you were a little girl. Happy birthday, my precious little lady.
And then he was on top of me and inside of me all the while. I'm staring up at the ceiling just waiting for it to be all over. And he's moaning and groaning in my ear like a monk. And he comes to me. All these years he'd been grooming me, paying for me to get my hair done in this way or that, or having me wear certain fucking dresses. He basically said he put a lot into my upbringing, so I owed him the payback. I thought he cared about me. I just wasn't aware of the price.
Where is he? I want to kill him. You grab the knives. You grab the shovel.
It's fine. I hired some lawyers. But it became increasingly scary when everyone started doubting my claims. He was an upstanding member of the society, and I'm just me.
This girl took presents from that man. She knew that there had to be some form of payback. I am tired of everybody thinking they could get something for nothing. Case closed.
I couldn't explain why I took those gifts or who I've been with since. Grown men yelling at me about my sexual history. I mean, who gives a fuck if I wear red lipstick? Why does that matter? Why are you treating me like the villain when I'm the victim?
Because they only give a shit about whoever the fuck has money. But you know what? Good on you, girl, because you at least fucking tried.
I mean, he offered a settlement and admitted he did it.
And drinks are on her next time.
That was like 2 years ago. Still haven't signed the papers, and I should be expecting the money any minute now. But
Yeah, sure.
hey, I tried to fight.
I fought once.
What? No, you never did anything against Dad before he died.
Oh, it was a long time ago. I never told anyone. It was before your father.
What?
Do you want to talk about it? I mean, I can change the subject. So this one time I was just taking it up the ass.
Oh my God!
Stop.
I was 17. I met this boy. I don't know. I always had a thing for the bad boys. He had a motorcycle. And he made me feel like the wind was running through my hair whether we were on the bike or not. He was 20. It was a big difference at the time.
Mom, how did you keep this a secret for so long?
I never told anyone. I never even told your father. This is not exactly dinner conversation. No one talks about these things.
Well, you thought maybe here you could?
Yes, I mean, that's why we're here, right? I thought maybe here I could.
I mean, I want to hear it. If you're willing to talk about it. Or we can talk about that one time that I was offered $5 for a blowjob. I get it. I was fucking hungry.
It was the 80s. A different time. I was at my boyfriend's house. I think we were putting together a puzzle. It's so long ago, it's hard to remember. But then, in the middle of the night, the door got kicked open. It was two men with guns.
Where's our money?
More importantly, where are our drugs?
The next thing I knew, one of the men had thrown me to the floor with a gun to my head. I had never even seen a gun before, much less had one pressed to my temple.
We don't have your money or your drugs. Just please don't hurt her.
You are gonna come with me and help me find my missing drugs. And that fine piece of ass of your friend is gonna stay with my friend. So don't try anything!
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about us. We're gonna be fine right here. So, what are you willing to do not to die tonight?
I don't know anything. Please just don't kill me.
Honey, killing you's the last thing on my mind.
Drugs. The cause of most of these situations.
No.
Say it with me now. Don't do drugs. Don't get raped.
No. Mom! Why did you never tell me this? Why would I want you to know that something like that had happened to me? I just tried to raise you to make better decisions than I did at your age.
So then what happened? I mean, I don't even know if I should ask or just hug you.
Well, the cops came and they took our statements. I didn't tell them what had happened to me. I was so ashamed. They found the men and they arrested them. I stood up in court and I testified about the assault and the battery, but not the rape. I was just so embarrassed. I thought maybe I deserved it for hanging around such a bad crowd.
Well, I guess we all have our dirty little secrets.
Please tell me they got the fucking chair.
No. They were sentenced to 5 years. They only served 2. The judge was so worried about their future. They were so young, you see. But what about my future? Decades later, I still lie awake at night wondering if they're gonna find me. That's why I was always so startled when you would try to wake me up in the middle of the night. I thought maybe they were there, that it was them. I think that's why I let your dad just stick it in me whenever he wanted to. I learned so young, it was just easier that way.
But how do you live with that memory? How do you have kids? How do you bring him up in a world that treats people like this? I can barely get through the day with the memories that I have of my brother.
I mean, I still get startled in the middle of the night at any little noise. I mean, I guess it's from living on the streets for so long, but you never know what kind of weirdo is out there.
Yeah. I mean, it's not competition, but it sucks for all of us. I know I still can't give a blowjob without that piece of hair in my mouth or the feeling of the blanket over my head as he grabs my hair and bobs it up and down, like I'm some sort of machine and not a person.
Sweetheart, a blowjob is way more intimate than regular sex. I mean, for me, give me missionary. No kissing. 5-10 minutes is done. Leave my money on the table so I can go the fuck home.
That sounds like how I felt about sex with my husband.
I mean, I guess that's why we're here. We can't work through these traumas on our own.
Yeah, we gotta wake up, go to work, pretend like none of this ever happened to us.
I mean, for me, I started my job to take back my power. I figured it was being taken from me anyways, so why not fucking get paid for it?
That's why I started this group. But your stories have made me so sad. I really wish I could have saved you all from this.
The last time I was
The last
sexually
time I was
assaulted,
sexually
Last time I was sexually
assaulted.
Hi, I'm Jody Renee Thomas. I wrote this play. And it was, very difficult to write. But when I had the idea, I put out and asked some friends if they would be willing to tell me their personal stories. And after hundreds of stories, I was in tears for a month. Just knowing that these people that I know and love had gone through these situations. But we did it. We did it to get the word out and open up conversation to everyone. Because I promise you, if I got that many stories, there's somebody you know and love who's been through something very similar. I won't give away the confidence of anyone whose stories were shared with me, but I will tell you that many of the things that happened on stage tonight were my very own. So if you find yourself in the after effects of sexual assault, harassment, rape, molestation, there are places to go. There are people to talk to. Speak out and know that you are not alone.
You are not alone.
You are allowed to have your secrets, but your secrets do not have to define you. And no matter what, nobody is allowed to take advantage of you.
And just because someone paying attention to you is flattering, it doesn't give them the right to touch you.
Or send unsolicited pictures of their cock. Guys, stop it. They are not pretty.
And it's all right to have fun in your life and to share it with other people. But if somebody isn't bothering you, fuck off. If they're not hurting others, fuck off. If they are hurting somebody, tell somebody so you can prevent it from happening to somebody in the future.
Not every person is as horrible as the people who fucked you up in your life. It's okay to trust someone, as long as they earn it.
And if a parent or someone else you love tries to give you tips on how to stay safe, listen. It sucks that they have to do it, but they probably know a lot more about it than you think that they do. I mean, we all have our secrets we want to hide.
If you learned anything from our show tonight, I hope that you remember that you
Are not alone.